wanted to develop an arcade experience. We wanted to develop an arcade experience. We wanted to develop an arcade experience. We wanted to develop an arcade experience.
Oh man, what is going on, guys? Mike here with Chit Chat Gaming. So I said earlier on my Twitter, by the way, if you're not following me on Twitter at Chit Chat Gaming, make sure you do so. I had talked about this morning the AEW's Fight Forever release date officially being announced. Now we just found out here today there is a video that you have just seen where Kenny Omega basically officially announced that the game will be releasing on June the 29th. So previously Fightful Select had said around the 27th, which is a Tuesday, and now appears that it is going to be Thursday, which is really weird. Usually it's a Tuesday or a Friday. But apparently though, June 29th is the date, the official date for AEW's Fight Forever release date. Now, of course, we do know it's coming out for pretty much every platform. I, for one, will be picking up on both the Xbox Series X and on Nintendo Switch. I'll be getting the digital copy on the Series X, then the physical copy for the Nintendo Switch. I am, however, very curious to see how this game is going to run on Nintendo Switch. So we have yet to see, gameplay for each specific console or PC or what have you. So I'm interested to see how that's going to look. But let's go ahead and let's get to what I wanted to talk about. So guys, as the video said, Kenny Omega himself, and I've been saying this for quite some time now. I've been on Twitter, on YouTube here, Facebook, no matter where you go, Instagram, the same people are still saying the same thing, that this game looks like crap, the graphics look horrible, it's not as real as W2K, which is really, really weird. Anyways, with that being said, as Kenny Omega said, this is a arcade game, an arcade inspired wrestler. That's exactly what this game is supposed to be here. It's more geared towards games like WWE No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, Day of Reckoning, even like these SmackDown games on PS2, like SmackDown Here Comes the Pain and SmackDown Just Bring It. It's more of an arcade style wrestling game here, which I have absolutely zero problem with. Of course, the game isn't going to, be, lifelike, how people are wanting. I have seen people say, like I said, the graphics can be horrible. I mean, the graphics don't look bad. If you look at the actual gameplay itself, they don't look bad. Somebody actually even said that, well, they don't look like them. Well, it's an arcade game. A lot of these games don't look like that. That's just how it kind of is. Back in Nintendo 64, they didn't look like them at all. And I understand people are going to argue and say, well, times have changed. They should look more like them if it's an arcade style game. Not necessarily true. I mean, you kind of look at, WWE Battlegrounds and so forth, the kind of the direction they're going with that. So if you want a simulation style of game, if you want something that's more in depth, because let's be serious, let's be honest here, that AEW's Fight Forever is not, like I mentioned the other day, it's not going to be a super in-depth game. So you're not going to be having no universe mode, you're not going to have a My Faction, you're not going to have a super in-depth story or nothing like that here. It's going to be, like I mentioned, how the other games were, where it's mainly just an arcade style. You may have tournaments, you may have like a little story as well here too, where you just wrestle different matches and so forth, but it's not going to be super in-depth. Yes, you'll be able to customize your wrestlers, yes, you'll be able to customize an arena as well too, but as I mentioned though, you're not going to get that super in-depth, deep, style as you get with W2K. And for the graphics side, if you really want those graphics, then yes, you need to go to a W2K or wait, maybe someday AEW will release something like that. But guys, just wanted to get off my chest here. This is an arcade wrestling game, so action arcade wrestling. Retromania, it's more geared towards like the arcade style, but it looks a lot better than those from what I can see anyways. Now, I also mentioned something else here. I kind of thought about that. I was like, well, the game's going to be $60, so let's just keep that in mind too. So the game is $59.99 available for pre-order. Now, there is no pre-order bonuses as of right now, no DLC. A lot of people are saying the DLC should be included if there is any. There should be no pre-order bonuses since they announced this game like 3 years ago. And with the way it's been delayed and everything, they don't owe us anything. So people are acting like they owe us something. They don't owe us anything. The game took its time to get finished. It's finished now, so hopefully it is a great product, which I think it will be. So if you're an arcade wrestler fan here. So with that being said though, I am excited for it here. $60 is a little bit steep, I think. But again though, I don't know if people were expecting to pay like $39.99 or $49.99 or what have you, but I think $60 will be okay. I'm okay at paying $60 for a game here that's complete, that has plenty of stuff to do here, plenty of options, plenty of modes and such as well here too. I mean, we paid $60 for Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and everything else here as well too. So, but this is not an indie game as well too. This is THQ Nordic that's actually, and Ukes are putting this game together. So this is not an independent game here. So this is not just some Retromania wrestling game here or action arcade wrestling, whatever it is. Not just throwing that out here. That's not what it is. This is an actual, actual wrestling game here that is from an actual big wrestling company as well here too. So $60 is a fair price to pay if the game is good here. So let's just keep that in mind. Now, if the game sucks and it's absolutely horrible, like the dreaded WWE 2K18 on Nintendo Switch, then we have, we got to talk about that. It's a little something different here. So speaking like I said earlier, Nintendo Switch, I am hoping that the port I'm hoping that the port looks good. I'm hoping that I'm just hoping that it handles the game well. I'm stumbling on my own words here because of the fact that I just keep thinking about how horrible W2K18 was and how we really haven't had a very good wrestling game here other than Retromania Wrestling on Nintendo Switch. So I'm excited to get this game in my handheld here, excited to get it on my Xbox Series X as well too, excited to be able to review it here for you guys here, and excited to see what else comes out in the future for AEW. But again guys, keep it in mind that this is an arcade style wrestling game here. If you want simulation, then yes, you need to go buy WWE 2K and that whole entire series. So let me know down below what you guys think here as well too. Are you excited for AEW's release date of June 29th here? Make sure you guys sound off here. Make sure you guys like the video if you choose to. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on that bell notification to keep up to date with all things that is Chit Chat Gaming. And as always guys, happy gaming.
Until then, must bid you adieu, goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bye-bye.